Hey guys and gals, this is your boy JR, aka Lone Wolf's Travels, and it is, here's the time. So it's almost 4:30 in the morning, and I decided to do a live stream. I got my G-Shock watch on, so that's the time it is in the morning here. Hey, good morning there. There's a channel that just came in here. So yeah, it's almost 4:30 in the morning, and I decided to do a live stream. Welcome, guys and gals, to Lone Wolf's Travels After Dark. I'm your host, JR, and I was going to talk about the experience I had when I went to Lima, Peru for the first time, which was about almost 28 years ago. And yeah, I had a really good time when I first visited Peru about 28 years ago. So, um, so yeah, when I was smaller, so when I was smaller, or when I was growing up, my dad was serving in the United States Air Force, and so my very first time out of the country, cool. So my very first time out of the United States was probably when I was in kindergarten, and me and my family all traveled to New Zealand, and my dad was stationed in New Zealand for about 1 year. And so that's the very first time I ever left the United States, is when my whole family packed up and we went to New Zealand. Fast forward to when I'm an adult now and I go visit Lima, Peru 28 years ago. Um, I was really excited because, and I don't mind flying. I actually like to fly. And yeah, I enjoy getting on a plane and traveling to places. And so we get on a plane. I'm super excited. The neat thing about it, not only do I know I'm going to go to Peru for the first time, but when I arrive in Peru, I know I'm going to stay there for 1 month. I know I'm going to stay in Peru for 1 month. So I was lucky enough at the time that I had a job that allowed me to do that, that I could actually schedule vacation for 1 month. So, so here I am. Um, Here's me and my wife going to Peru 28 years ago. And I think we had been married. We had been married for almost 2 years when we made this journey to Peru. Hey, how's it going? So me and my wife had been married less than 2 years when we went to Peru 28 years ago, and we were mainly flying back to Peru to visit her family. All of my wife's family lives in Lima, Peru. Um, well, let me rephrase that. My wife's immediate family lives in Peru. Hey, what's up, Brett? Oh, cool. People are saying hi to each other in the chat. So the majority of my wife's immediate family lives in Lima, Peru, and the rest of her family is lives in different parts of Peru. Anyways, so we arrived there. We arrived in Lima, Peru. Um, her brothers, both her brothers were there, and her mom was there, and we all gave each other a really big hug, and then we all. Oh, before we ran into them, we had to get these silver They're like huge silver carts that you grab really quick, and they roll on wheels. And we looked for our bags, and I believed, I believe, I believe both me and my wife we each packed our two large luggages, and yeah, we each packed one really. I packed one large luggage, and my wife packed another, and then I believe we each had a carry-on. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks, Les. So, yeah, we each had a large luggage, and then we each had a carry-on. And this is a story I'm telling about Peru when we went to Peru 28 years ago. Hey, what's up, Adrian? Uh, I'm remembering a time I went to Peru 28 years ago. So we pile up our luggages on our carts, and as we go there, there's a place where you press a button, and if it turns green, you can go straight through, and they don't check through all your luggages. If you're one of the unfortunate ones and you press a button and it turns red, then they check through all your luggages. And this is the first time I've ever went to Peru. So we went there, and we pressed the button and it turned green, so we got to go right through. And um, anyways, her brother greets us there, and they hug her a bunch. The mom's hugging my wife, and both her brothers are hugging her, and I'm hugging the family back. And then we all load up in two cars, and we start heading to the mom's house. And of course, finally, when we arrived there, um, while we're driving there, both her brothers, they know English, but they want me to slow down because they're not used to hearing people speak English really fast. And this was 28 years ago. So I'm having, and both of them are huge basketball fans. So I'm telling them about Indiana being a basketball state. And yeah, in case some of you don't know, I'm from Indiana. I was born in Austin, Texas. And then later, my family came here and settled in Indiana. The majority of my dad's family's from Indiana. And then my wife's family, or yeah, my dad's family's, they're all from Indiana. And then my mother's family's all from Colorado. So, uh, so anyways, we get to her mom's house, and my wife's family's trying to. I think they break out some tea and some sandwiches, and I think we arrived really late. So it's about 2 or 3 in the morning, and we're eating sandwiches at her mom's house. And so yeah, it's about 2 or 3 in the morning, and we're eating sandwiches in Lima, Peru, in her mom's house. And I'm tired. My wife has slept on the plane the whole time, and uh, it seems like we were. It seemed like a 16-hour flight, maybe 16, 17-hour flight, and I think there was like maybe 2 or 3 connections while flying from Indianapolis all the way to Lima, Peru, South America. So yeah, we had been on the plane either 16 or 17 hours while flying to Peru. Hey, what's up, Ellie? So my wife's visiting with the family there and everything, and I'm tired because I didn't sleep on the plane. My wife slept on the plane the whole time, or the majority of the time, and so she's visiting with her family, and I'm tired. And eventually, what I do is I end up crashing, and then the next morning, um, her brother decides to drive us to San Bertolo, which is a beach town in Peru. And they have a little cottage there in San Bertolo. So we get in the car, and I think it took us about an hour. It probably wouldn't have taken us an hour, or it probably wouldn't have taken us a few hours to get there if it wasn't for the traffic in Peru. So we finally get to San Bertolo, and we're driving around San Bertolo. All right. Yes. What's happening? Hey, how's it going? Oh, I think you're muted.
Hello, Daddy Lon.
Hey,
Oh, wait.
how's it going?
Doing good.
How's it going there? Oh, you're at the beach. Cool.
Oh, we're the beach.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
So how are you, Daddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's great. I thought something happened.
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
Adrian.
So I was telling about the time I went to Peru 28 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was about to. Anyways, we're driving around the beach.
Can I put my camera at the back?
So where are you at there? Oh wow, there's the water.
I'm here in the province, Daddy. That's why.
Oh,
Actually, we're just
cool.
the seashore.
Oh, cool.
So our place here.
So it looks like you're chilling with your family there.
Yeah, there's a family. There's a family
Now-
gathering here as well.
Okay, now what time is it there? Celestial,
Our
what
time
time
is 4:38 in the afternoon.
Oh wow, and here it's
4:38 afternoon.
Yeah, and here it's 4:30 in the morning here on a Sunday. So is it Sunday?
Here is Sunday afternoon.
Oh
Sunday
wow,
afternoon.
and here it's morning over here on Sunday. That's wild. So it's about a 12
it's 12 hours.
12-hour difference. Wow.
Hi, Kuya Brad and Ellie's Adventure Vlogs.
So is this the typical thing you do on Sunday?
Not totally like this, but yes, I just it's done yesterday, and there's a birthday celebration.
Yeah.
Streaming time, relax time.
Yeah, every once in a while when I see someone make videos on TikTok or make videos here on YouTube, they're usually sometimes they're jumping in the water in a certain area in the Philippines and going swimming.
Yeah, I don't put any videos in TikTok. I'm not updated in TikTok.
So what if you were gonna go swimming in the Philippines? What place would you go to?
Well, I'm happy in this area.
Oh, cool.
Just here, it's really and right there's an island. It's not really well developed resort, but it's already almost every day there's a tourist there. Almost every day.
Hey, good day, half wet. Oh,
Half wet. Hello. Yeah, we have a lot of islands here, like beaches.
oh, cool.
That's why. And here as well in my area, I don't need to go to other beach resorts because we can have here, we can just swim here, especially high tide. Now it's a little bit low tide.
Oh, okay. I just heard the rooster crow there. That's how I know.
As you can see.
That's how I know I'm talking to someone from the Philippines. I hear that famous rooster crow. I sometimes hear that in Peru. Oh, someone else is up too. Do do do
So as you can see, my color is very dark.
do.
Hey, J3!
Hello, Celeste.
Yeah, my
I have really
my wife gets the
color
same
very
thing.
tan.
Yeah, since my wife's from Peru, she
So,
gets that olive complexion. She gets that olive complexion going on.
I can't wait to get out there to Mindoro.
Oh, is there lots of swimming places in Mindoro?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
it's really cool
yeah,
here.
Jack. The ghost is in the house.
Very enjoying.
That's pretty funny.
You
Good day
are,
there, Jack.
it's like, you're tired, you just sit down here, let us picture, and then you will hear the noise from the water. It's really cool.
And you said right now it's low tide.
Yeah, that's low
Yeah, it's
tide.
low tide, but it's not really high. It's in the middle. It's high.
Now,
It's really nice.
yeah, I
It's
could
more
have
clear the water.
I could have swore I saw a red and blue starfish. Is my eyes betraying me, or what is that?
Yeah, there's a starfish.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Kids swam and then they get from there.
Wow, that's super cool.
Celeste, are you in a fishing
Hey,
province?
Jack, home's cooking. What? Go for a paddle, huh? Well, I'm not this time, but you know. Wait, where's my boat?
So Celestial, are you in the fishing province?
No, this one is my uncle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we do fishing every night.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Paano sakayan ko? Oh, my boat is not here. I have a small boat.
Cool.
Something like that, but this one is a little bit bigger than mine.
Yeah, the one that's in the water right there, Celeste. Looks almost like the one my in-laws own.
Oh wow.
And the
So
good thing is, I'm going to build a house over there, just right there. So it's
wow,
very close to this area.
wow.
That's it's really cool.
That'll be exciting. I've always enjoyed it when it was time to build a house.
Actually, I think 3 days ago, 4 days ago, we uh, we have a picnic here with the kids, and then I cook. I already made like just put on a stone, and then we cook there, cassava, and then we swim here with the kids. Just like
Cool.
enjoying the day.
That's cool.
Yeah, and this afternoon, if you just want to relax, just sit down here, just put your chair here, and then look at the view.
Yeah.
Like
Kind
while
of
you're
sets.
drinking coffee, because yeah, there's an island, a lot of island that it's really not very visible because it's too far,
Yeah,
but
I
the
can't.
water is very calm.
Yeah, I can't remember where I read it from. But people that live near water, they tend to live longer than the people that don't live near water. So there's a correlation between living really close to the water and probably make
Far from
it
the
probably
water.
make yeah, it probably makes people go outside more too if you live near a body of water. Oh
The
man, that's so cool. I can hear all the family visiting each other there. That's so cool.
Yeah, actually, there's a Santa Cruz. I think it's a third night here, so they started to walk As you can see, a lot of kids there.
That's super cool.
Hi.
Oh,
Uh,
they're singing. That's cool.
yeah, they're singing. You know,
That
they have a like what do you call this? It's a seems like a crucifixion. Hey, no, it's not a. It's like a parade of saints.
yeah. The first time I came in contact with uh, well, the very first time I came in contact with the ocean, I was too young to remember. But my first visit to Peru 28 years ago, I jumped in the ocean. I asked my brother-in-law to pull the car over, and I asked my wife if I could go jump in the ocean. And I was wearing jean shorts, so she said she didn't care. So I took everything out of my jean shorts, and I ran and jumped in the ocean. And when I came out of the water, I could taste the salt on my lips, and I thought that was so cool that I could taste the salt on my lips. Thought that was really cool. So since so
Actually,
since
there's
then,
here we do swim like we're not wearing like a swimsuit or everything. It's just like we just swim normal. Like wearing shirts, pants, something like that.
right? Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
just to go
yeah,
to the water.
yeah. I was so excited because I could taste the salt on my lips. It was so cool. I was really excited.
Yeah,
But
it was
but
really if you see the
yeah,
water is really clear, or because there's some part that
yeah,
water is not. You know that it's not clean.
yeah, yeah. The
Yes.
first time
Water
since
is
I went
clean.
to since I went to Peru 28 years ago, um, I went to Peru 28 years ago, Lima, Peru. Got to stay there a whole month. I did get a little homesick when I was in Peru. Particularly, I didn't get homesick until I got after week 2. Once we started going on week 3, I started missing home a little bit. But the times I wasn't missing home is when we were at the ocean and when we stayed at the cottage that was on San Bertolo. So when we were at San Bertolo in Peru and hitting the beach and swimming, I didn't get homesick at all. So and what's funny is we may go retire in Peru. That's what's really wild. We may actually go retire in Peru. Um, so yeah, as long as I was at the beach and enjoying good food in Peru, I didn't think at home at all. But but yeah, my very first time in Peru was really awesome. One, because I stayed there a whole month in Peru 28 years ago. And then after that trip, where I spent a month in Peru, since then I traveled to Peru every once a year, or sometimes I would travel to Peru every twice a year, or sometimes I would travel to Peru every 3 years. And in between those years that I didn't go to Peru, I would go to Mexico. So the very first time me and my wife went to Cancun, Mexico, we were celebrating a buddy of mine's anniversary with his wife, and I told him me and my wife would go with them if we could get the same rate. And so we ended up meeting this couple in Cancun, Mexico, some friends of ours, and they were really part of the hotel industry in Cancun, so they got us a really good rate. I think we ended up paying $50 a night for a room, and the only reason we got that is they got us the same hotel rate that they were paying. But I think one of them was working for the hotel in Cancun. So my very first time in Cancun was pretty awesome because we were celebrating with a couple, and I think we got rooms for $50 a night in Cancun, Mexico. Um, and then I think during that trip in Cancun, Mexico, me and a buddy of mine went snorkeling while our wives visited with each other. And then I think we only stayed there for. So my first time in Cancun, I may have only stayed there just under a week. It was almost a week long trip, but that was my first time in Cancun, Mexico. Uh, And then the second time I went back to Mexico, I went to Cancun again with my wife and daughter, and we had a good time. So it was me. It was, and I think we met up with family. The second time I went to Cancun, Mexico, uh, it was me, my wife, my daughter, and then we met up with one of her brothers and his daughter. And so we went to one of the really big moon palaces in Cancun. And so we stayed at one of those all-inclusive resorts, but it was a really large hotel resort in Cancun. And so that was my third time I was in Cancun, Mexico, is when we stayed at this really large all-inclusive resort in Cancun. And then uh, the next time I went back to Mexico, I stayed in Vallarta, Mexico. And I think I stayed there for a week. And then last year, I ended up staying in Mexico for 2 weeks, except this time we stayed in Vallarta in an all-inclusive resort for 1 week. And then the second week, we rented an Airbnb in Sayulita, Mexico. And that was really cool because I felt like I had two really distinct vacations. The first week, we stayed at an all-inclusive resort in Vallarta. And if you've never done the all-inclusive resort thing, I definitely recommend it because you can always work with a travel agent or you could always do the work yourself because they're always running deals at the resorts. Um, and sometimes if you book it way ahead of time, you get really good deals. You can get really good deals, which is super cool.
Yeah,
And
where Celeste is at, be real easy to get content just off the ocean.
oh yeah, um, some of the some of the Filipino YouTube channels I follow, they're always doing ocean content there, which is cool. Which is what I would do if I was there. There's really beautiful places, and I've never been to the Philippines, but it looks beautiful.
That's what I'm planning on doing.
Yep. And then let's see. So yeah, last year I was in Vallarta, and then stayed there. Oh, well, yeah, last year when I went to Mexico, stayed in Mexico for 2 weeks. First week stayed at an all-inclusive resort in Vallarta, and then the second week I rented an Airbnb in Sayulita, Mexico. What I liked about the Airbnb is my Airbnb was up in a hill, so I was away from all the party noise whenever I wanted to go to sleep. But then whenever I was ready for the party noise, I'd walk down from my Airbnb down the hill, and once I got at the bottom of the hill, uh, there was lots of restaurants and yeah, lots of restaurants, a few little inns, and then past all the restaurants and inns, you stepped right onto the beach. And so Sayulita, Mexico was really cool. Um, if you like to people watch, or if you don't mind being around people, Sayulita, Mexico is the place to go. Uh, there was all kinds of street performers. Well, I'm not going to say it was packed with street performers. There's a sprinkle of street performers performing. They start to perform as it becomes sunset, and some of them do fire performances in Sayulita, and then some of them do just singing, and then some of them play live instruments. Some of the street performers, and and then in some of the clubs there in Sayulita, you had live bands playing, which was real cool. They played a lot of Latino music, which was really cool. And but yeah, I enjoyed myself last year in Vallarta the first week in the all inclusive, and then the second week I enjoyed being in Sayulita in the Airbnb. Now this year, I was bummed because we only stayed 1 week in Mexico. Um, I had so much fun last year staying 2 weeks in Mexico. Um, but this year, or less than a month ago, I was in Playa de Carmen, Mexico, and we stayed at the all-inclusive resort called the Reef, and it was really awesome. Um, yeah, I had a really good time staying at the all-inclusive hotel called the Reef. Last time I was at the Reef though was in 2017, and I had a really good time. And then, like I said, less than a month ago, I was at the Reef again, and it's what's neat about the Reef. It's a little smaller resort. It's an all inclusive resort, but it's a little smaller. It's not the huge. Um, on one of my playlists, you can see where I do a tour of the Cancun Grand Moon Palace. Now that resort is huge. It's got really, really high ceilings. But when you go to the resort called the Reef, which is the one I stayed at less than a month ago, they don't have the huge grind ceilings. It's a really quaint resort. I mean, it's not super small, but when you compare it to the resorts, it's got these really high ceilings. It's a very uh, anyways, it has a different feel. The Reef does. And but what I can say about the Reef, or one of the things I do like about the smaller resorts, is um, everything's in walking. I mean, everything's in walking distance at the huge grand resorts too, the huge big ones. Everything's in walking distance, but in the smaller resorts, the walking distance are a little smaller than the really huge resorts in Mexico. And um, anyways, I enjoyed myself. And less than a month ago, I was staying in Playa de Carmen, Mexico at the Reef. I definitely recommend the Reef because this was my second time returning to the Reef hotel resort there. And it was an all inclusive resort as well, the Reef was. And it's in Playa de Carmen, Mexico, which is about an hour away from Cancun, Mexico. So if you do stay at the Reef, you you can either schedule the resort to pick you up, or you can schedule a taxi, or you can schedule some kind of shuttle to take you. I think this time we just ended up taking a shuttle to the Reef, and it was pretty cool. Um, I think one time when I was in Mexico, we even took a Uber to the resort, so people can do that. Um, this time we didn't do no Uber. I don't even think they allow the Ubers near the airport. I think you have to walk past the airport to get an Uber, which I did the year before. I did do that. We had to walk outside the airport to go grab an Uber, but this time we didn't do that. We got a really good deal with one of the shuttles to go over to the resort, which was cool. Super cool. People are saying hi to each other in the chat there. Um, so obviously, I've fallen in love with Mexico because I keep traveling there. Because anytime we didn't travel to Peru, we would go travel to Mexico. So so yeah, I'm definitely big on Mexico. Um, I do notice from watching the videos, from some of the videos I click on here on YouTube, I notice that or any of the videos I watch about that talks about the Philippines, it looks like there's tons of places to go hiking in the Philippines. Um, I need to look at I need to start clicking on videos that talk about um, what the different resorts are probably like in the Philippines.
That's going to be on multiple channels. It's not just a one channel.
Yeah, I need to, since I've never been to the Philippines, I need to do my homework to see which resorts I may want to stay at. I could always listen to some guy. His name is Tim something. He actually lives in the Philippines. I'm sure he's got some.
Tropical
Uh,
Tim.
yeah, Tropical Tim. I'm sure he's probably got some good suggestions on where to go when you first come to the Philippines. I think the major airport is. I don't. I don't think it's in Manila. I think
There's
it's near
one
Manila.
in one near Manila.
Hmm.
That's the main airport for the country. Then you got one down around Cebu.
Do most people fly into the main one first when they arrive in the Philippines?
I that's where the two international airports are.
Okay, cool.
So you got your choice between Cebu and Manila.
You've traveled to the Philippines, right?
I love it there.
What describe the your experience the first time you went to the Philippines, and what did you think the first time you landed there?
Well, I kind of knew what was going on,
Hmm.
so it wasn't too much of a culture shock for me. Like some guys, they get a big time culture shock.
Well, I mean, how did you know what was going on? I mean, uh, so did you do your homework before you went the first time? Is
Yeah.
that why it wasn't a shock?
Yep.
Oh, cool. And so, what did you think when you first landed? Like the very first time you stepped onto the Philippines, what did you think, or what did you see?
Just the noise of the city is louder
Cool.
out there than what it is here in the States.
Okay. Probably because it's a major city. And what else did you notice besides the noise? I guess tons of people there.
The tons of people, tons of traffic. But one thing that I found out is the language barrier. Some out there will speak English, but some won't.
Hmm. There probably was, but there's probably tons of people that do speak English there, though, don't they?
Yeah,
Cool.
but
So,
you just got to be careful out there.
yeah, that's what I heard. You got to be super careful. But that's probably with any place, any major city. You probably got to be super careful.
Same way down there in Lima.
Yep, that's true. I didn't worry too much because I was following family behind my wife. They knew the lay of the land, so I was lucky. I already had family that already knew what was up in Lima there. Yeah, I want to say the time I was in the Dominican Republic, I made sure we stayed at the resort because um, my wife was thinking about how we could leave the resort and just travel on our own. And this guy was like, didn't suggest it unless you were with someone that really knew where they were going. So we ended up staying at the resort in Dominican Republic. But in Peru, we didn't have to do that because we were already staying with family in Lima, Peru, and they knew the lay of the land. So, and you said your wife, right?
Hmm.
That's cool. Um, so, how many times have you been back and forth to the Philippines?
I was only out there once
Oh, okay, cool,
and fell in love with the country, fell in love with the people.
cool.
Most every island out there, you can most most of all the tourist cities are right on the ocean,
Oh, wow.
and most of them also have swimming pools.
Oh, wow, cool. So, oh, and so when's the next time you'll probably go back to the Philippines?
In a couple years.
Oh, cool. I'm hoping to go to Lima, Peru. Well, I don't know if we'll do it permanently, but I'm hoping to maybe one day, and it might be more than maybe one day, maybe 5 years from now. I'll that'll be wild if I end up putting permanent roots in Peru 5 years from now. That'd be exciting.
You might wind up enjoying it.
Yeah. Now, if I can't do that, my backup plan is to possibly go live in Mexico. If for some reason Peru's not, uh, if for any reason Peru may not, but a lot may depend on my daughter too, wherever she finally decides to settle. Right now, she's living in California. I know for sure the wife and I cannot live in California, at least according to my wife. She says it's too expensive currently right now.
Yeah, it's more expensive in California than what it is
Yeah.
anywhere else in the country.
So, so I guess if my daughter does stay in California, maybe we could live in a state that's not too far from California, and then just make trips. So, but I know me and my wife have talked about retiring in Peru. But then I told her the next best place I would go to that's nice and warm and has an ocean would be Mexico. I would love it. All I know, no matter where I retire at, I want to retire near the ocean. That's my goal.
Yeah, at one time I was thinking about going down to Baja, California.
Oh, cool. I where my daughter's living at right now, it's beautiful. I mean, the ocean's right there. They have tons of coffee shops, tons of restaurants. Um, my
Although,
my daughter's lucky because she works remotely, and her main offices I think are in San Francisco, but she doesn't need to go there because she works remotely. But then they have other offices near her that are like 30 minutes away, but she still doesn't need to go there. She just goes to her favorite coffee shop, orders her coffee, opens up her laptop, and boom, starts to work immediately. And then while she's working, she's hearing the ocean rolling in. it's, I'm pretty jealous.
yeah, that's the one thing that I do miss is the sound of the ocean.
Oh man. And the other thing is, my daughter's an avid surfer, so so for her to live in California, it's a dream because, and she's lived there for 2 months now. I think this month is her third month living in California. She lives in Encino, California, man, and she's just enjoying it. She's After I FaceTime her a few times, I told my wife, I said, I don't think our daughter's coming back. I think she's going to stay in California. And then I told my wife I didn't blame my daughter for staying there in California because it's beautiful out there. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. Uh, some of these homes that are, especially that are in Encino, they're not really big homes, and they've almost reached 100. I'm sorry, they're not very big homes. I think they're maybe 3 bedroom homes, right? And they are in the 800 to $900,000 range. They're almost at $1 million, right? These exact same homes in different parts of the country would probably be upwards to between 300 and 400,000, right? But the fact that they're so near the ocean is what makes them almost hit the $1 million mark. Yeah,
Yeah,
is the reason why some of them are eight. So the crazy thing is that same home in other parts of the country that aren't near the ocean is about $300 to $400,000. But if you place that same home in California and it's close to the ocean, and it almost becomes double. It almost becomes $800 to $900,000 home, and that just blows me away.
the closer you are to the ocean here, it's more expensive.
hmm Well, well, and I'm sure there's real expensive homes in Florida and Texas, but I guess the taxes aren't as high in Texas and in Florida compared to California. So some people are leaving California. Some people are fleeing to Texas and Florida so they don't have to pay so high in taxes. Uh, there's uh, there's Ben Shapiro and Joe Rogan. I think Joe Rogan moved his business from California to Texas, and I think Ben Shapiro moved his business from California to Florida. And both people when they moved their businesses, some of their employees came with them. In some cases, they were able to pay their employees more money. Uh, so they kind of gave their employees a raise when they moved. When one of them moved out to Texas and the other one moved out to Florida. So I am hearing stories where people are leaving California just because they're getting tired of being taxed so high.
Plus,
Another, yeah,
plus
another.
one thing that's being said here in the Midwest, you
Mhm.
want some ocean from a property, buy it in Arizona.
Yeah, there you go. Another place people are leaving is New York. I guess people are tired of paying lots of taxes in New York. But my daughter's got to work in some really cool places. She's worked in California. She's worked in New York. Um, the place like I said, she's in Encino, California, and she's renting a room, uh, and it's not cheap, especially since I think it's like 1,000. No, maybe it might be 1,500 a month or something. It maybe I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how much it is a month, but it's not cheap. But it's mainly because she's in Encino, California. But she has a really good job, so she can afford to rent a house that's or she's not renting a whole house, she's renting a bedroom. But now she has thought about buying property there in California. But my wife has told her to wait on that and really get to know other parts of California before she buys anything out there. So, but then my daughter's also looking at buying property in Peru too. So that's interesting. So, but my little family, uh, I'm looking at possibly going back to Peru in December and January. If things work out, sometimes I go during the holidays when I go to Peru. The neat thing about going to Peru in December and January, their summer is just starting there in Peru. So I can skip out on the snow here in Indiana when I'm in there. I usually go late December. I usually go after Christmas, or sometimes I go during Christmas to Peru, and I'll stay there in towards the end of December into early January. And what I love is summer is just starting in Peru. That's why I love going during that time because I skip out on the snow here and go to Peru. So, but yeah, if things work out, and I think we're gonna try and stay there for. I think we're gonna try and stay there for 2 weeks. But I'm trying to talk my wife into us possibly staying there for 3 weeks if we go to Peru this year. So we'll see. So if I don't get my way, I may just stay in Peru for 2 weeks in December, this coming December. Now, if for some reason that falls through, we have a backup plan. Um, if we're
I'd say
yeah, if we're not able to go to Peru this year, we may go back to Mexico in April. So in April, May, we may go back to Mexico. So
I'd say go spend Christmas with the family.
yeah, that'd be cool. We've done that before in other Peru trips. I got them on my playlist. Um, I think it might be called Peru's Travels or something, or maybe Lima Peru's Travels. It's on my playlist. You guys can check that out. And you guys can check out all my Mexico trips. I got them all on one playlist as well. It's pretty cool. So, oh, uh, I got this other cool travel opportunity I had a few years back. A buddy of mine's daughter got married in Germany. I had never been to Germany, right? And so we flew in there for the wedding. And the couple ended up getting married in a castle. It was really cool. And so we chilled with them, I think, for a couple days after the wedding was over. And then I got to rent a car and I got to ride on the German Autobahn. And I watched these really expensive cars go past me as I'm driving on the German Autobahn. Really high end luxury cars that I'll probably never see in the United States, but I was seeing in Germany. It was really wild. And and I was very careful when I was driving on the German Autobahn because there's no speed limit. And then I think on Sundays there's no delivery trucks that have, or yeah, I think there's no like semi like trucks on the road on Sundays in Germany, particularly on the Autobahn. But I had a blast driving around Europe because after the wedding, like I said, we rented the car and drove around Europe. So I got to visit, while I was driving around Europe, I got to visit Austria, Switzerland. I got to visit the northern part of France, and then I also got to visit the northern part of Italy, which was awesome. And yeah, I had a really good time. And we did stay at a hotel in the northern part of France, and then the rest of the time we rented Airbnbs all around Europe. So we stayed at a few hotels, but then we also rented some Airbnbs in Europe, which was cool. And I had a good time. It was super cool. And it was my first time being to Europe. And like I said, what ended up causing that trip is a buddy of mine's daughter got married in Germany. So now what I learned from that trip, uh, I actually wasn't going to go visit Europe until I retired, right? But this wedding forced that. And this was a really good friend of ours, and there was no way we were gonna miss this girl's wedding. So it kind of forced us to travel to Germany, so we didn't miss out on this. And this happened maybe, I think this girl got married. I think it's been 6 years ago that I went to Europe. Oh, maybe it was five. It might have been 5 years ago. So no, maybe it's six. So, anyways, I got to go to Germany to this wedding about 6 years ago, and my family's the one that talked me into renting the car and driving around Europe. We did get to take a train uh, during some of the trip, or in between driving around Europe. We did get to jump on a train and go visit a place, which was cool. And yeah, I enjoyed work. And the thing I liked about the Europe trip, while we were driving around visiting the northern part of France and the northern part of Italy, is that I don't know. It seemed like things kind of slowed down. Like over in Europe, they don't seem to have a fast-paced life like they do here in the States, and so um, yeah, it's just a different feeling over there in Europe. It's really cool. Of course, this was 6 years ago. Hopefully it's the same. Um, but oh my God, there was really good food in Europe. I enjoyed the food while I was over in the northern part of France, and I enjoyed the food in the northern part of Italy. It was really good. Um, so yeah, Europe was cool. It was really cool, and it's so funny. My daughter graduated. Uh, she graduated with from a very prestigious college that has a very prestigious business school, and she before she graduated, she went through all kinds of internships. She did a lot of internships in high school, but then she did some study abroads in college. So she got to study abroad in Greece. She got to study abroad in Israel. Uh, yeah, Greece and Israel is some of her study abroads. And what's so neat is she got lots of neat experiences through those study abroads. It was really cool. And of course, growing up while we were raising my daughter, we made lots of different trips to Peru, Lima, Peru, South America. And uh, so at an early age, my daughter got a taste of being a world traveler. And then, of course, once she did all these study abroads in college, she got to travel around the world. And so, yeah, my daughter got to grow up in a family that likes traveling abroad, which is cool. Um, I feel fortunate to do travel abroad because I know not everyone can afford to get on a plane and travel abroad. So I feel pretty fortunate. I wish everyone could because I think you get to, it's so neat to experience different cultures. And um, I just think that's really good for people to experience different cultures. Um, that way, when they come back from their own culture, I think it helps you understand people's thoughts and feelings in a region too. You know, that's why I don't care how many videos you watch of the Philippines or how many videos you watch of someone else's experience in the Philippines. There's nothing like actually going to that country and experiencing it for yourself. And but yeah, the Philippines looks really beautiful. There's this one guy I follow. It's POD, and I follow him on TikTok, and I also it's called Philippines on Demand is the name of his channel, hence the POD initials. Um, yeah, I need to. It's so funny. He lives in the Philippines. So does Check Out the Rileys. They live in the Philippines too, and uh, and I think Check Out the Rileys has some relatives in Indiana. So, and I think Check Out the Rileys used to live in Indiana. Uh, and if I remember right, I think they come back every once in a while. I know the Hapsters came back and visited Ohio, but I think they've since gone back to Hawaii. The Hapsters have. Um,
Yeah, the Rileys are from Indiana.
yep.
Um,
It's so neat because both of them, both POD and Check Out the Rileys, both Philippines on Demand and Check Out the Rileys live in the Philippines. So it's kind of cool to see their content. It's pretty cool.
yeah, sometimes POD he doesn't do content; he just does live streams.
Oh, there you go.
Um, I'm not too big on the football that he or the sports that he covers.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah, that's a venture he's kind of doing on TikTok a lot, and he does do yeah, Philippines on Demand does do yeah. He's been doing the sports thing. That's really interesting. That's cool. Of course, I'm looking. Two of my sports teams I'm really big on are the Colts and the Denver Broncos. Those are my two teams. So, are you trading in Bitcoin there? I hear you typing away.
No, actually, I'm mixing up my coffee,
Oh, okay. I thought you were trading in
and
Bitcoin.
I made my coffee in a mason jar,
Oh, cool. Hey, what's up, Yaz? How's it going?
which I'm going to be sending some of these mason. Pick up a couple more of these mason jars.
Yaz says, hello, brother Young. Hey, brother Brett. Yaz Emodia Vlogs. Now, there's a girl lady that, oh my God, she live streams every day.
Comstock Kaibigan.
I think some people were bummed when she went. Yaz got to go travel somewhere and have a good time and enjoy herself. So while she was gone, they were some people were bummed because they were used to coming to her live streams. But now she's back, and so they're happy campers now. That's pretty. But oh man, seems like there's a lot of Europeans, and there's also you got the Australians, the New Zealanders, you have the Germans, the French, the Italians, the Swiss. Um, you got people from all over, probably Jamaica, Dominican Republic. They come to the Philippines. Of course, you got people from the United States that come and visit the Philippines too. Just tons of people that love coming to the Philippines. Basically, I don't know, man. People from all over the world come and visit the Philippines. So there must be
Yeah,
some.
and Filipinos are all over the world.
Yeah, they work. A lot of them work abroad all over the world too.
A lot of them are married abroad.
Oh wow, that's wild. Oh, you. Oh wow. So they're married and they work abroad.
Yeah,
Oh
they're
wow.
married to a foreigner.
Right.
They live in the foreigner's country,
Mm-hmm.
and they go to work in that country.
Oh yeah. I remember watching a documentary, and it was way before I ran into the Filipino channels here on YouTube. And in this documentary, it talked about all the Filipinos that work outside the Philippines, and they it was just amazing because uh, obviously if they founded, I mean, obviously they would be working in the Philippines if they found that particular job that they work at or profession, but a lot of them end up finding work and professions outside the Philippines. But
Yeah.
and I don't know the number, but they give out quite a lot of work visas. All these the
Hmm.
Filipino government gives out a lot of these work visas, right? And
Actually, they have to qualify in the Philippines for a work visa,
right.
but then they have to qualify in the country that they're going to as well.
Well, I think there has to be a job there first, also before they go there too.
Yeah.
So, but what's amazing is, so you got all these Filipinas and Filipinos working all around the world, right? But then they send all that money back to the Philippines. So, um, and it works that way in Mexico too. There's plenty of people from Mexico that leave Mexico and go work in the United States, but then they send that money all back to Mexico, and they're doing that in the Philippines. All these Filipinos go work abroad, and they're sending the money back to the Philippines. So it definitely, the Philippines definitely benefits from that. All these hard workers from the Philippines.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the tax revenue that the Filipino government must get from all these workers that work abroad.
Right.
But
But that's
then
something that I'm not going to get into.
yeah, and then there's Philippines Filipinos and Filipinas that work in which to me that would be ideal, is if you can find a job and you didn't have to live the Philippines. That would be really cool. But in this
Well,
documentary,
it,
it simply talked about sometimes there's just not enough jobs, and that's why they go work abroad.
yeah,
So,
I could see that.
hmm
Um,
or at least that's what I hear from the majority of Filipinos and Filipinas. If there were, but I've ran into some. I've run into some. I ran into this one Filipina that she has worked in the Philippines, and she's done a mixture of both. Sometimes in her career, she's found herself working in the Philippines, and sometimes in her career, she's found herself working outside the Philippines. So,
well, just like my wife, she's an in-home healthcare worker out there in the Philippines,
oh, there you go.
and here in America, we have those as well.
hmm
So once she can acquire her green card to come here to go to work,
hmm
for an agency, she'll be able to pack up and come here
Oh, there you go. That'd be cool.
to do what she needs to do to get her work.
Hmm. That'd be cool. That's super cool.
But one thing a lot of Filipino don't understand is it's much more expensive to live here in the States than out there in the Philippines. So you got to budget your money very tightly if you're going to send back.
Oh yeah, or if you want to send anything back, yeah. It it's wild. Um, like take me for instance. I've I think my parents only stayed in Texas 1 year, and then I think they stayed in Colorado for maybe 4 years, maybe 4 or 5 years, and then they finally came and settled here in Indiana. So I've grown up the majority of my life here in Indiana. Even though I was born in Texas, they only stayed there 1 year. But and then later, my brother was born in Colorado a couple years later. Um, but both me and my brother, the majority of our lives, we've grown up here in Indiana, Midwest Indiana.
Well,
And
I'm here. I grew up here in Missouri.
oh, cool. So I think the point I'm making is my experience in the United States has mainly been here in Midwest Indiana, and the United States is huge. So there may be areas in the United States that I'm just, and some people do that when they retire. They go visit different parts of the United States. I guess what I'm getting at is there's the United States is huge, and there's so much that I still need to see here, even in my own country. So, and
Yeah, there's so much I still got to see.
I imagine the Philippines is the same way. There's so much. There's probably so many places to visit in the Philippines. It's probably crazy.
Yeah, one
Especially,
thing with the Philippines also, you got waterfalls you can actually walk up to.
yeah, that's super cool.
Here in the U.S., you cannot do that.
Oh,
We
I
only have one waterfall, and that one you got to take a boat in order
look,
to get even
look,
close to it.
look what Yaz said. Are you out camping, brother, alone? I know why she's thinking that because of the. Here, let me show you the lights I got going on. So it's a lamp that gives the effect like a candle.
I don't know why, but my StreamYard froze.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why yeah, that's why she thinks I got these I got these lamps that act like a candle. Is why she thinks I'm camping.
The battery operated.
Oh, actually, they're plugged into the wall, and I actually got I had to get special light bulbs. Hey, what's up, Sam?
Let's
Feel
tell you
free,
what. I'm
feel
gonna
free
go
to
ahead.
come on up, Sam, if you want.
You didn't pin the link like you normally do
Let me do that. Do, 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 do,
because I
do.
had to scroll back up to find it.
I'll put it in the chat here. I'd, I'm sure Sam's been to different places in Australia.
Well,
He probably.
I'm gonna step down.
Okay, cool, man. Hey, man, thanks for visiting me, bro. I appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem.
Take care, my friend.
Always.
This is what time it is right now. So, obviously, I'm not working today, so I'm not worried about the time. But it's in the morning here in Midwest Indiana. That's the time it is right now. Hey, what's up, Courtney? Shanas. So you guys feel free. I just pinned it in the chat there, in case any of you want to come up. I'm off today. It's Sunday morning over here, and I'm off. And that's the current time it is right now. I don't know if that's picking it up. This is a TFX watch here. And then I'm also wearing that watch there. Hey, Courtney, how's it going? So, yeah. All right. Take care, my friend. Joe's and Jenny's journey. My laptop is downstairs alone, about to go out grocery shopping. Sorry, bud. For sure, next time. Oh, no big deal there, Sam. That's cool, brother. Banana Sam, he's one of my favorite blues guys I like to rap with. Brother Sam from Sam's Chronicles. There's Brother Brett saying hi to Addie. That's cool. This is a really cool YouTube community. So whoever comes across this live stream, please check out the channels here. It's a really cool YouTube community. They try to help each other grow their channels. And it's a really cool. Trust me, it's a really cool YouTube community. Thought you're camping. Yeah, Yaz did think I was camping. It's because I got these lamps here. Check out these lamps. That's a special light bulb that I put in it that gives a flickering. These lights right here give like a. They kind of give like a flickering. Yeah. They give appearance of a flickering. Well, yeah. Like I said, they're special light bulbs, and I want to say they're about. They're a 3-watt light bulb. So, yeah, I bought them. I think I picked these lamps up at Target. Target's like one of these stores that have half groceries, half. You can buy home decor stuff. Yeah, you can buy in Target. You can buy a lot of home decor stuff, and you can buy lamps like this. What I dug about these lamps, it reminded me of what a candle would be inside. So then I ended up buying these specialty lights for it that give off like a flickering, like it's really cool. So yeah, first time I've ever bought candles. It's the first time I've ever bought lamps that kind of mimicked what you would put a candle on. It's pretty cool. And I think another time I had one of my another time someone thought I was camping is I opened up this small lantern and I was holding it while I was doing a live stream, and Owen from the O Show thought I was camping, but it's mainly because I opened this little lantern and he thought I was camping. It was so funny. So these candles do make it look like I'm at a campfire or something, which is cool because I dig campfires. The cool thing about mimicking a campfire is I won't smell like smoke after I'm finished with the live stream. So that's the cool thing about sitting around a lamp that mimics a campfire. So that's kind of cool. And plus, it makes it cool for the live stream. So that's pretty cool. And I love that I got one in front of me that's flickering, and then I love that I got a one in back that's flickering behind me, which is cool. And occasionally on some of my live streams, you guys have seen me. Um, well, sometimes you guys have seen me at a real campfire on some of my live streams, which is cool. So, and tonight I really wanted to come on live stream. Of course, this live stream is called Lone Wolf's Travels After Dark. And the main point of this particular live stream was to talk about my experience I had 28 years ago when I first visited Lima, Peru, South America. And yeah, after that trip in Lima, Peru, South America, I since have visited Peru every, yeah. So 28 years ago when I visited Lima, Peru, my trip since then has been, so I stayed there a whole month 28 years ago. And then after that trip, I traveled to Peru, Lima, Peru, once a year. And then there was another stretch where I was going only every 2 years. And then it got to a stretch where I was only visiting Lima, Peru every 3 years. On one of those trips, I got to go to Cusco. So that was really cool. And then I also got to visit Machu Picchu in Peru, which was awesome. The things I still have left to go to Peru is the Nazca lines, and I haven't gone and visited the jungle. I remember getting special shots because people was concerned that I may go visit the jungle in Peru. So a long, long time ago, I got these special shots in case, because I didn't know if we were going to go to the jungles in Peru. And so times I've gone to Peru, I've gotten special shots while going to Peru. And then I'll have to check with my wife to see if we need those special shots again because they only last so long. Oh, and then I have some friends that want to go back to Cusco again. So who knows? Next time I go back to Peru, I may go visit Cusco again. I've been already. When you go to Cusco, or if memory serves me right, when I went to Cusco, there's a bus part that you get on, and then from the bus, there's a train part you get on. And the train is awesome. When you're taking the train up to Cusco, it's really awesome. There are, the whole train is covered with, the passenger part of the train is all covered with windows. So there's windows to the side of you, and then there's windows above you. Huge windows, huge open windows. And so if you ever get a chance to go to Cusco, it's really worth it, especially when you take the train to Cusco. And the train's not going super fast. So I know some trains go really fast like this. The one that goes to Cusco is going like this, right? And so you have plenty of time to look at all the countryside while you're on a train going to Cusco in Peru. And like I said, man, you got large windows that surround you while you're sitting on the train. And man, I was really soaking it in because I didn't know when the next time I would ever go to Cusco again, to Peru. So yeah, that was an awesome experience. That was really, really cool. That was an amazing experience. And like I said, I have some friends that have never been to Cusco that are trying to get me to go. So, but if you go to Cusco, you got to make sure you don't go during the rainy season. So, but my wife already knows that. So if we go with friends and family, or if we meet up with friends and family in Cusco in Peru, we'll definitely make sure we don't go during the rainy season. So there's a part of the year that's dry, and it's been a while since I've been to Cusco, so I can't remember offhand what months those are. I think one of the dry months might be June, but I'm not. Don't hold me to that. I'm not for sure. But that's the main thing my wife told her friends and family. If we ever do a trip to Cusco in Peru, um, we'll have to definitely go during one of the months that it's not the rainy season. So I guess you're miserable if you go during the rainy season. I guess Cusco's not the place you want to go to during the rainy season. But yeah, pretty much every time I've gone to Lima, Peru, we will definitely have meals at our mom's house that are delicious. Peruvian food's really good. It's really delicious. That's why I don't mind retiring in Peru, because I'll be close to the ocean and I'll know I'll have really good Peruvian food to eat. Um, Peruvian ceviche is really awesome. It's a mixture of different type of seafood that's simmered in lemon and lime sauce. So I definitely recommend ceviche. If you're ever in Lima, Peru, and you get a chance to order lomo sentado, it's really good. Lomo sentado is like a stir fry of different strips of steak, and it's marinated with onions and stuff. Lomo sentado is really good. What's another good Peruvian dish? They have really good chicken dishes. Roast con pollo is a chicken dish with rice. That's really good. Um, anyways, whenever I'm there in Peru, I've had really good steaks, and I've had steak and eggs and rice. I've had chicken and rice. I've had steak and rice. Uh, I've had different soups in Peru. I've had a really good chicken soup. What else have I had in Peru? They have gelato Italian places, which is delicious. Um, Man, they have all kinds of restaurants in Peru. Um, in Mina Flores, in Peru, in Mina Flores, it's Mina Flores is right there by the ocean in Peru. It has this huge. I want to say there's like 3 levels of this outside mall in Mina Flores in Peru, and I've captured some of that in video, and I've also captured some of that in pictures. Mina Flores, this outdoor, it literally sits on top of a cliff overlooking the ocean. Mina Flores does, and it's got this huge mall, outside mall that's got all these restaurants in Mina Flores, and it's got a really cool long walkway in Mina Flores at the very top of the cliff, and at the bottom of the cliff. There's a huge road there, and then there's places where you can go down and walk on the beach there in Mina Flores. Um, and of course, my wife's family, they have a cottage in San Bertolo in Peru. And I got that on film as well. That's on one of my playlists. If you hit one of the playlists, anyways, it's got the title of Peru in that playlist. So you can watch my playlist from Peru, and you can also watch my playlist from Mexico as well. So let me show you guys what time it is. All right. It is 4 in the morning. That's the time it is right now. So, oh no, wait a minute. Oops. I lied. Sorry about that, guys. I had my watch. Oh my God. It is. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I was looking at my watch too fast. All right. It is 5 something in the morning there. So wow. It's about uh it's about 5:52 in the morning, but uh I'm off today. But yeah, that's wow. It's almost 5:53 in the morning. Wow. Wow. I didn't realize it's almost 5:53 in the morning. Wow. I've been on here an hour and 25 minutes, so that's cool. Sometimes when I do these live streams, I lose track of time. It's pretty funny. Wow, that's cool. Good thing I don't have work in the morning. It's here in Midwest Indiana, it's about approximately 5:53 in the morning, and it's Sunday morning over here in Midwest Indiana. Some of you are watching from the Philippines, and some of you are watching from the United States and around the world. Um, so it's Sunday morning here at almost 5:54 in the morning here in Midwest Indiana. But over in the Philippines, so it's morning here, it's Sunday morning here in Indiana, but over in the Philippines, it's Sunday evening. So we're approximately 12 hours, we're 12 hours away from the Philippines. So we have a 12-hour difference, the Philippines does. I think they're 12 hours ahead because it's Sunday morning here, and then over in the Philippines, it's evening time over there. So that's cool. Yeah, I think this is a TFX watch here. Yeah, that's a TFX watch. And then I got my G-Shock. Got my G-Shock watch here. So, what I dig about watches is I like buying different watches. So, this is the first time I've owned an all-white watch. The other watch I got looks similar to my G-Shock here, but it's all black. But this is the first time I've owned an all-white watch. And then I've also had like this one. This is silver. I think you can tell it's silver. But I really love the blue face, and then I love the second hand that's red on it. I love that red second hand on it. So this is a pretty nice watch. So yeah, it's a pretty nice watch. So yeah, it's a cool watch. And part of the reason I got watches on me, if I don't keep a watch on my wrist, I will actually lose track of time here. I'm so glad I wear a watch on my wrist, especially when I'm doing live streams. Or if not, I'll go too long in the live stream. That's pretty funny. So yeah. I think the Buddhists say time is an illusion, but I don't think so. Time time's definitely not illusion. Time keeps on going. Whether you want time to go or not, it keeps on rolling. So of course you guys saw me. Most of the live stream I've been drinking this. With Jack's Food Shorts does not like this. he gets on me for drinking this. But I do have some healthy options. I do have Dasani bottled water. I got Dasani bottled water. I got my citrus green tea. But when I first started out, I was drinking a little bit of the citrus tea when I first started my live stream. But I was drinking some of this. So let me drink a little bit of this citrus green tea here. Oh, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Steph saying hi to me. Lone Wolf. What's up, Steph? She's saying hi to Sam. Wow. Now, yeah, I picked this up at Aldi's. It's my favorite. Citrus green tea is my favorite. It's my favorite green tea from Aldi's. It's really good. All right. I'm going to see how far this will let me scroll. I'm going to start. Steph is the newest comment here. So it's a thing I do. I try to remember to do this before I end any of my live streams. I try to show off people who join the live stream here. So this time I think I'm going to start from the newest comment, and I'm going to see how far it lets me scroll to the oldest comment. And whoever rewatches this live stream, I hope people will check out these channels. And this is my way of thanking these channels for showing up to my live stream. So we'll see how long this lets me. Once again, I'm sharing your guys' comments out so people will come and check out your guys' channels. There's my channel. Please come and check out my channel. Yeah, definitely come out and check out the Lone Wolf's Travels channel. And then make sure you check out Sam's Chronicles. Make sure you check out Yazamodia's Vlogs channel. She's so cool. She live streams daily. There's Halfwit's channel. Make sure you check out his channel. Brother Brett Glasgow. Yeah, please check out his channel as well. Jack's Home Cooking. All right. Make sure you check out Jack's Home Cooking. He also does, Jack's Home Cooking also does some really cool food shorts. Saying he's a chef. So you may want to check out Jack's Home Cooking because he's an actual chef. There's Halfwit. Here's Ellie's Adventures Vlogs. So these channels' names, whose I'm sharing out, please go check out their channels. And if you end up liking the content of some of these channels, give them a like, a comment, and subscribe. And then make sure you hit that notification bell because that way each time they share out a new video, you'll get a notification of when they got new content up on their channel. Here's Celestial, one of my co-hosts that got to chill out with me. Thank you, Celestial, for stopping by. Please check out Celestial's channel. She lives in the Philippines, and she's got some pretty cool content. Here's Adrian Gibson. This is a cool channel as well. He's from Australia. And he's done some walkabouts around Australia, which is really cool. And it's the Adrian Gibson channel. And then make sure you check out Celestial's channel. She lives in the Philippines. Here's our Aussie here, Adrian Gibson. And they were in here for a while, which is cool. Here's Joe and Jenny's Journey. Please check out their channel as well. Please check out definitely Brett Glasgow. Please check out his channel. He's not only he runs a channel, but he's very good supporter of all the YouTube channels, which is really cool. And then there's my channel, Lone Wolf's Travels. Feel free to check it out. Also check out my playlists. Yeah, I got all kinds of playlists. I got knife reviews. I have gear reviews. You'll find a little bit of bushcrafting in there. But the focus of this channel is changing. You'll still see me do live streams by a campfire. You'll still see that. But I'm going to focus a lot on food blogs. And I'm going to focus a lot on travel blogs and traveling in general. And some of my travels won't always require me leaving the country to travel. Sometimes I'll travel to Brown County and I'll go hiking in Brown County. Yeah, so all my travel, I mean, lately the majority of my travel videos have been me being out of the country. I got lots of travel vlogs from Mexico. I have lots of travel vlogs from Peru. But yeah, I'm excited because I changed my name to Lone Wolf's Travels. So I'm having a lot of fun with my channel. So, and there's a reason why they call it YouTube, right? So you're sharing your interests out. I still have interest in bushcraft, but for this channel's sake, I've changed it to Lone Wolf's Travels because lately I've been making way more travel vlogs. And I realized I've been making more food blogs. So that's why I changed the focus of this channel. Mainly because I realized, I was being honest with myself, the content I've been producing has been more travel and food blogging. So I wanted the name to fit the content of the channel, basically. Anyways, thank you to all the channels that hung out with me. I appreciate you guys. You guys and gals rock. I'm glad I shared out your guys' comments. Hope you guys and gals are all doing well out there. This is your boy JR, aka Lone Wolf Bushcraft. That's not. Sorry. See, I'm in such a habit of saying my other original channel name. Okay, let me say that again. This is your boy JR, aka Lone Wolf's Travels. Hoping you guys and gals have a good night. Yeah, and once again, this is Lone Wolf's Travels. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me here on this live stream. You guys and gals rock. Yeah, can't wait to see you guys either in the next video or I'll see you guys in the next live stream. And I hope you guys have a good night. And thanks so very much to all of you who showed up in the chat. I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for all of those who will rewatch this live stream. You guys and gals rock. If you do enjoy the content you see here on the Lone Wolf's Travels channel, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. So that way, each time I make a new video, you guys will get a notification of the new video. And also, you'll get notifications whenever I go live. So anyways, no matter where you're at, if you're in the Philippines, I hope you have a good evening. If you're over here in the United States, I hope you're having a good morning. So it's Sunday morning here in the United States, but it's Sunday evening in the Philippines. So I hope everyone has a good Sunday evening. And I hope those here in the States have a good morning. So yeah, it's right now. It's Sunday morning right now. So good morning to all of you here in the States, and it's good evening to you in the Philippines. Anyways, hope you guys, no matter where you're at in the world, I hope you guys and gals are all doing well. And thank you so much for watching the Lone Wolf's Travels channel. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the likes, comments, and subscribes. Thank you to all my YouTube audience who've commented on all my videos. There's there's 5.2 of you who have subscribed to the channel, but there's 94.7, or it's 94 point something. So there's 94 point percentage of you who've not subscribed to this channel. I know you're watching the content, so obviously you like the channel. If you really want to help this channel out, please make sure you like and subscribe, because that'll help out the channel. And then if you do like and subscribe, please don't forget to hit that notification bell. Anyways, I'll see you in the next live stream, or I'll see you in the next YouTube video. And yeah, thanks so very much for all the support, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Later, Gators. Take care, everyone. And once again, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace. Later, Gators. Take care, everybody. Later.